There is a memory inside your head right now. That never happened. Not a dream. Not a confusion. A fully formed memory. With a place. A feeling. Maybe even a face. That your brain built from nothing. And if I told you which one it was, you would argue with me. In 1974, a psychologist named Elizabeth Loftus ran an experiment that should have changed everything about how we treat memory. She showed participants a video of a car crash. Then she asked them one question, but the wording was slightly different for each group. One group was asked, how fast were the cars going when they hit each other? The other, how fast were the cars going when they smashed into each other? That one word, smashed instead of hit, made people remember the crash as faster, more violent. And a week later, those same people reported seeing broken glass. There was no broken glass in the video. Here is the thing most people get wrong about memory. They think it works like a recording. You experience something. Your brain saves it. And later you press play. But that is not what happens. Every time you remember something, your brain does not retrieve a file. It rebuilds it. From fragments. From context. From what you felt at the time. What you have felt since. And what you have been told. And each time you rebuild it, you save a slightly different version over the old one. So the memory you have of your 10th birthday is not the original. It is a copy of a copy of a copy. Each generation introducing new errors, filling gaps with what made sense at the time. Now here is where it stops being just interesting and starts being disturbing. The Innocence Project is an organization that reviews wrongful criminal convictions. Their data shows that more than 70% of wrongful convictions that were later overturned by DNA evidence involved eyewitness misidentification. Real people. Real prisons. Real lives destroyed. Not because witnesses lied, but because their brains did what brains do. Fill in the blanks with what felt true. The legal system still treats eyewitness testimony as one of the most powerful forms of evidence. And now you know what that means. But it is not just courtrooms. You have experienced this too. There is a name for it. The Mandela Effect. Millions of people share the exact same false memory of the Monopoly man wearing a monocle. He never did. Millions remember the Berenstain Bears being spelled B-E-R-E-N-S-T-E-I-N. It is not. These are not glitches in reality. They are not evidence of parallel universes, as some suggest online. They are demonstrations of how memory works at massive scale. When people share stories, confirm each other's versions, and repeat them enough times, the false memory becomes real. And social media has turned this into an industrial process. Every trending story that gets retold and embellished is a collective memory being rewritten in real time. So here is what I want to leave you with. Your memory is not a record of what happened. It is a story you have been telling yourself, edited each time you repeat it, shaped by every conversation, every photo, every person who told you their version of events you both shared. Which means the past you remember is, at least partially, a construction, not a lie. But not quite the truth either. And if that is the case, if the story of who you are is being rewritten without your consent, every single time you remember it, then how much of the person you think you are is actually you? This is Unlit Rooms, and we are just getting started.